Let's talk about something that's really changing the game in medicine, biotherapeutics. I mean, these are incredible, powerful therapies and vaccines that are literally saving lives. But behind all that amazing science, there's a hidden challenge, a microscopic risk that, if you ignore it, could have some pretty serious consequences for patient safety.
So what is this invisible threat we're talking about? Well, it's a tiny remnant from the manufacturing process, a microscopic leftover that regulatory agencies all over the world take incredibly seriously. So let's dive in and break down exactly what it is, and more importantly, why it matters so much. Okay, first things first, we need to get right to the heart of the issue. What exactly is this hidden risk? And where does it even come from in the super complex world of making these biopharmaceuticals? The culprit is something called residual host cell DNA. You see, modern biotherapeutics are made using living cellular factories. You've probably heard of them, cells like Chinese hamster ovary, or CHO cells, and even E. coli. And even with these intense multi-step purification processes, tiny little fragments of DNA from these host cells can get left behind and end up in the final drug product. Now, you might be thinking, come on, a few tiny fragments of DNA, how bad can that really be? Well, as we're about to see, the potential dangers are exactly why this is one of the most critical quality control checkpoints in the entire industry. It's a huge deal. So here's where it gets serious. The real danger is what this leftover DNA might be carrying. If it happens to have active viral genomes, well, that could introduce a risk of infection. And maybe even more concerning is the potential for oncogenes. Those are genes that can promote cancer, which could increase the carcinogenicity risk of a product. And that's not all. Beyond that, there's the risk of immunogenicity. Our bodies are just expertly designed to spot foreign DNA, so these residual fragments can actually trigger our immune receptors, leading to all sorts of unwanted inflammation. It's like the body's security system is sounding a false alarm, you know? It creates problems where there shouldn't be any. Because these risks are so serious, regulators all over the world have set incredibly strict limits. This side really puts it into perspective. I mean, look at the FDA. They have limits as low as 100 picograms per dose. A picogram is 1/trillionth of a gram. That tiny number tells you everything you need to know about how seriously this is taken. So the challenge is obviously immense. How in the world do you accurately and reliably detect such infinitesimally small amounts of DNA? In this next section, we're going to compare the different testing methods out there and see why one has really emerged as the definitive gold standard. All right, let's break this comparison down. You've got methods like hybridization or immunoassays, and they're out there, but just look at the metrics for quantitative PCR, or qPCR. It's highly specific, which means it finds exactly what it's looking for and nothing else. Its sensitivity is just incredible, down to a single femtogram. And it's fast. It's not even a close competition, it's a clear standout. Yeah, given that data, it is absolutely no surprise that qPCR isn't just another option on the table. It has become the undisputed gold standard in the biopharmaceutical industry. It just checks all the boxes: accuracy, speed, and reliability. So let's just quickly run through why it's the leader of the pack. You get that superior sensitivity and specificity. The results are consistent and reproducible every single time. The speed is just unmatched. And crucially, its performance isn't thrown off by the DNA being fragmented into little pieces, which happens all the time during purification. It is, simply put, the most robust tool for the job. Okay, so we've established what the gold standard is. Now let's pull back the curtain and see how this thing actually works. How do scientists go from a product sample to a precise measurement of that tiny trace amount of DNA? The principle behind qPCR is actually pretty elegant. Think of it like a molecular photocopier, but with a flashbulb. It takes any target DNA in your sample and just rapidly makes millions and millions of copies. With every new copy it makes, a fluorescent signal gets released, and the machine measures that little flash of light in real time. By comparing that signal to known standards, you can figure out the exact quantity of residual DNA with incredible precision. And this workflow here shows how that elegant principle is put into practice. It's a really streamlined 4-step journey. You start with careful sample prep, then you extract the DNA using some really highly efficient technology. Next, you run the amplification and quantification on the qPCR machine. And finally, you analyze the data to generate that final compliant report.
So, we've got the theory, and we've got the gold standard technology. But what does a best-in-class, real-world application of this qPCR workflow actually look like? Well, for that, let's take a look at how a specialized service provider, Creative Proteomics, puts all these principles into action. To meet this very specific challenge, Creative Proteomics has developed an advanced platform that really shows what a specialized approach can do. They offer targeted qPCR solutions for all the common host cells used in biomanufacturing, everything from CHO and E. coli to Vero and Pichia pastoris. And their solution really shows what makes a service truly stand out. We are talking about sensitivity all the way down to 0.01 picograms per microliter. That's just an exceptional level of precision. Their assays are highly specific, so you avoid false positives. And the whole process is robust and efficient, ensuring you get accuracy at any level of contamination. Here is a key performance indicator you should always look for in any top-tier service: the DNA recovery yield. A system like theirs, which gets a recovery of 95% or higher, is absolutely critical. Why? Because it ensures you're getting a true and accurate picture of what's in your sample, which you need for both safety and for regulatory compliance. And beyond the raw data, the human element, the expert support is just as critical. This feedback here from a UC Berkeley researcher really underscores how important it is to have a responsive team that can help you interpret complex data. That's the hallmark of a truly comprehensive solution. So, as we wrap up, it all comes back to one crucial point. In an industry where patient safety is absolutely paramount and regulatory standards are unforgiving, making sure your quality control is at that gold standard level isn't just a good idea, it is essential. Which leaves just one final question to think about. Are you confident your process is as precise as it absolutely needs to be?